Nigerians are fool. Buhari is a fool. He has never learned from his mistake. Gowon has never learned from his mistake. Tinubu has never learned from Abiola. The Laula is still there till tomorrow. Ambode is still aspiring as an accountant. They sack him for fraud. He came through the back again and wanted to force himself to be nice. Then again, does he remember how they favored Ahigbe? Has he forgotten how they favored Aihomu? Has he forgotten how they favored the two sons of Osama Igbinedo, Lucky Igbinedo? Has he even remember how in Ethiopia, in Warri, they invited a man who was a lecturer in London? The man came in and said, sir, he called. I said, don't call me in. To come and contest in Niger Delta is hot. What I saw is that they are going to cut your head and put you by the roadside. That's your book. It's only in Nigeria, sir. In Abuja, they will give them approval to go and study abroad. To go and run a course and come back. But they will tell you, immediately you come back, they will tell you go and keep that certificate. All what you learn there, don't put it in here. This is how we play our game here. So why do we waste that money? In a country like this, why do we use taxpayers' money to send people to Saudi Arabia? What are they going there to learn? Because our people are senseless. They are what? They did not have brain. They cannot study the weather. They did not know what is in their front. He said, don't be anxious about tomorrow. Tomorrow will surely take care of himself. When you look at the book of James 4, James 3, then James 5:17, he said, where does the confusion and the trouble spring up from? Amongst your family. Then he said, if you keep the whole law and break one, forget being a Christian. Then he now said in James 5 verse 16-17, he said, Elijah was a man like us, who prayed that the rain should not fall for 3.5 years. And the Lord answer his prayer. But when you look at Oyedepo, he's senseless. He's one-sided human being. When you look at Abiara, the same thing. When you look at Adeboye, the most stupidest human being I've ever seen in the world is Adeboye. He believes everybody is a fool. And he himself is a fool. How can the Lord wait for you to finish from University of Lagos before he called you? You didn't study theology. But the Redeemers, they never studied this. And this very man did not start school until the age of 11, just like Justice Elias. Because they did not have things to eat in their house. They are so poor. They are so what? They are so poor. And look at him now. When he was fixing that road, nobody knows what he was planting there. Jeremiah 5. What he did, it was in Jeremiah 5. Any Redeemer, any viewer, to go and watch this. When they were planting all these things, you were at home resting. Now you have crossed it now. To leave the place, you cannot go. Then some people are in Redeem for the past 30, 20 years. When you ask them, what did you gain? They say, we just go there. We just go there. We just go there. And when their pastors want to say, he said all the singles to come out. But now they have stopped it. Virtually those that married down there before are now losing husbands. Virtually all the females there are now single. You remember the interview, the revival, the night he ran about 10 years ago. They packed up to about two pickup of condom. In that camp. People believe they are clever. We are not clever. When you look at the book of Job 4:4-8, Job 8:4-5-6-7, Hosea 8 verse 4, Hosea 4 verse 12, then he said, my people are perished because of lack of knowledge. All what we are doing, we don't have his knowledge at all. Look at those people covering us today. Obasanjo was a mechanic. Then you made him a president. Are we tools and lead, or are we car engine? And when you look at Goodluck Jonathan, you made him to come and rule us again. Does he have the knowledge at all? He was a zoology. Somebody who's supposed to come and inject your dog and inject your fowl and get you a feed. But Pastor God brought him over. We don't have the knowledge of all this. Then when you look at it, in John 8, John 4, John 5, and in Luke 8, he said, verse 10, he said, when he gave some people the right to see, that means God is not doing his work. God cannot break his word. Nigerians should wake up. Nigeria in the diaspora too should wake up. Nigeria everywhere in the world should wake up. Igbo should wake up. Yoruba should wake up from their slumber. We have slept too much. When you look at what Jesus said in the book of Matthew 26, Matthew 26 from verse 40 to 47, he said, you cannot watch with me for 3 hours. I came the first time you were sleeping. I came the second time you were sleeping. He said, go and sleep. Go and what? Go and sleep. And when you look at the book of Proverbs, Proverbs 4, Proverbs 6, then when you look at the book of Proverbs 3, verse 16, he said, greatness has been what? Has been written in your right. Long life has been written here. Then, prosperity, joy, long life, peace of mind in the left hand. Why do you go to church? Because you wanted to go and steal. You wanted to go and steal and cheat people. When are we going to stop cheating? Electrician will cheat you. Radionic will cheat you. Engineer will cheat you. Doctor will cheat you. Nurse will cheat you. Nobody fear God. When are we going to fix this country? We look at the state of the nation today. Nigeria for 57. Rubbish 57. Rubbish 57. But we thank God, if the Lord can go and salvage the life of Abraham in Genesis 12, in the age of 75, we are waiting on the Lord. But the only thing we can use to wait on the Lord is truth. Even the two thieves on the cross, one was clearly telling the Almighty, his friend, the bitter truth. He said, why don't you keep your peace to yourself? You are disturbing this man. We are armed robbers. We knew. We are guilty of the offense. They tried us. Leave this man alone. Because he had the pre-knowledge of where that man is going. Then Jesus Christ gave him the right at the last hour. So with that, we are waiting. If the Lord will give us the last chance. Because it's not everybody that will sin 3 times before the Lord will destroy him. No. Adam committed only one sin. He was banished from the Garden of Eden. Then Ananias committed only one sin. He was banished. Lot, Eli and his family in 1 Samuel 3, 1 to 12 committed only one sin. The Ark of the Covenant was taken away. In 2 Samuel 6, from verse 1 to 10, Usha only committed only one, I don't care, by holding the ark. Then he died there. Then my brother, how many sins have you committed? How many concubines have you kept? How many girlfriends did you have? How many, are you a womanizer or a talkative? And look at what happened in Galatians 5. Verse 16, 17, 18, 19. He said if you have all these traces, if you have all these states, you cannot go. Our story is just like the story of the mountain climber who wanted to climb and has 50 liters of water at his back. He has already mounted a mountain on himself. Why don't we remember a hunchback person who planted the coconut in Odeaye, in Ore? He will never use chain to climb the palm tree. As he put it on the ground, when it dried, it will drop. Why don't we wait for our time? When you look at the book of Ecclesiastes 3, 1 to 10, when you look at the book of Ecclesiastes 11, and Ecclesiastes 9, from verse 10 to 20, verse 6 to 16, he said, the race is not for the sweetsters. Then when you look at Ecclesiastes 12, 1 to 10, he said, all what I wanted to tell you is to fear God. Without truth, we cannot go. Without bitter truth, we cannot excel. We need to be what? To be straightforward and be truthful. We need to be what? To be truthful. Then when you look at the position of the country today, look at our president. If you should roll out the campaigning video, there is nothing he promised Nigerians. No. They were only coming back to get the seat for the houses again. If they are not in power, they are not comfortable. They are losing money if they are not in power. They always feel bad whenever they are not in power. Which school did they attend? Which school? This man was telling us the other day, he never had the pre-knowledge about tomorrow. In his campaign, he said if anybody sick during his regime, will not go to abroad for treatment. He was more than break the law. Even of recent, they advised his wife to go and take a break. Is the wife working for us? It's just to spend it on. If they should give us the bill he used for his treatments for 2017 alone is more than his gratuity for the past 50 years. But nobody's going there to ask. We could remember when he was there the other day, when he was president minister, he was just giving out the money, giving out the contract to the Northerners. You remember how he disbursed all the team and everything. So this is the problem we're facing. We did not have the pre-knowledge of what we're doing. We did not have the pre-knowledge of everything we're doing in Nigeria. We are just like a blind person. We are blind, badly blindfolded by the horrible independence they said they give to us. It's just like what? Somebody drinking acid. Then when you look at all the commissioners, all the ministers they put there, except how they obey, none of them have the capability of holding those positions. They came through the time of crisis. Now the man in the lower house and the man in Senate, you will see their plan by next year. They may likely want to drop and wanted to be president. They've gathered enough money and they've gathered enough experience. They've gathered enough life. Then they may even call it Ekeremadu to come and be vice president no. For this Senate president. Yes, and he can even call he can call Rochas to come and be president, vice president. All what Rochas is doing, he's only trying to clamor himself. He wanted to be president in the future. But he has forgotten Obasanjo. He has forgotten what happened to Babangida. He has forgotten what happened to Manifesta. He has forgotten what happened to Delegiwa. He has forgotten what happened to this man Abiola. Abiola has all the knowledge. Abiola is 200 times brilliant than Okorocha. But Okorocha is trying now to bring all war to one table. And he's a killer. And he's a very useless boy. He did not know his left from his right. He's only big for nothing. He has the trace of being born in the north, just like Zeke. Even they were even saying maybe he didn't know his father. Maybe it's just like the children, all these children they brought from Libya. And all these ladies they brought from Libya now, they are going to get Nigerian birth certificates. And who impregnated them is in Kenya. Is what? Is in Libya. So Nigeria is going to call all the babies one single name, Mojiri.
Mojiri.
Yes, sir. That's the only name that I found. One of the refugee one from Loyowa, Amentoni Baba. So look what I'm saying, Mojiri. Ọ̀rọ̀ wá dàbí ọ̀rẹ́ tó lọ sí charity tó lọ clean ilẹ̀. Tó rọ́ lọ́wọ́ kan tó fẹ́ ni tó fẹ́ bá sùn tó pè wọlé. Tó bá sùn lẹ́ẹ̀mẹ́rin tó sọjọ́ mẹ́ta ń bẹ̀. Tí yẹn lóun gbé ní Germany. Tó fún ní lẹ́tà tó fún ní nóòtì Germany àti fún nọ́mbà ní Germany. Tẹ́ni ẹ̀dẹ̀ gbé l'Amẹ́ríkà. Then nígbà tó dé after 1 month ló wá rí pé òun lóyún. Ṣé ọmọ yẹn ní bàbá? Ó ní bàbá kò mọ bí tí bàbá wà ní o. Ó ní bàbá kò mọ bí tí bàbá wà. Màálù kọ́ ló bá sùn. Ṣé ti bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ́rọ̀ Nàìjíríà rí? A dàbí ẹni tí wọ́n rèpù tó ń sá lọ. Gbogbo àwọn castle rearers wọ̀nyí tó ń bá àwọn èèyàn sùn ní Niger Delta, tó ń bá èèyàn sùn ní Ondo State, tó ń bá àwọn èèyàn sùn káàkiri nílẹ̀. It's forbidden. It's forbidden and it's taboo for somebody to make love to somebody without roof on their head. Anything from Delta to Yoruba land. But these are what the Hausas are doing now. Do you remember the lady they were looking for that day from Bayelsa? They found it in the Emir Palace. Until today, the case was, they killed the case.
Yes, easy.
They killed the case till tomorrow. It may be the Emir that even make love to that lady. They don't have shame. Even the Emir was even saying he wants a lady of 18 years. And when he became the Emir. And who killed the former Emir? It was him that stayed the accident for him. He will still stick with all these people. and we have 1,000 police, 10,000 police to go and take care of 1 billion person, what will the police do? Look at all the checking point and everything. Even the IG of police today now that is there is a womanizer. The one that left is a ritualist. They are cultists. Then when are we going to have good people to govern this country? House of Assembly is fraud. House of Senate is fraud. If they want to pass any law, if the Hausa did not say nay, everything is rubbish. They phone themselves and they cannot write their name. They sit down there without passing any law. We are still with the fake, we are still there with the fake 1979 Constitution. Obasanjo converge National Conference. We waste the money. Obasanjo, Goodluck converge the National Conference. We waste the money. We are waster. Anything that is not masterminded by the Northerners, we don't have it. Nigerian blood.
Okay.
Yes, you know I told you a story of it would have happened in New York. Two African people, they were gunning for a lady who has American paper. Then it was first befriended by the Nigerian boy. Then later, I think when the Nigerian boy is not more cooking Ishewu fried rice again, so he went to the Ghanaian man who was cooking fufu and goat meat. So the lady was so happy in the midst of these two black Africans who were busy looking for paper to live legally in America. Then all of a sudden, the lady involved has malaria. Then when they diagnosed the lady, he's pregnant. He never knew, maybe from the first boy or the second boy. But the mayor of New York said, I know if it's a Nigerian, we will know. If it's a Ghanaian, we will know. So what we need to do is that we're going to do something. In that corner, we are going to put goat and fufu into a plate. Then in the other corner again, we are going to put money into a box. We will cover it. Then we'll now tell the lady to come, the boy to go and pick one. Under that, the first calabash with fufu is Ghanaian name. Then the other one with desperate money is Nigerian name. So when the boy was going, he went straight to where they kept the money. So he carried the calabash. So everybody was clapping. Oh, he's a Nigerian father. He's a Nigerian father. Because Nigeria can die for money. What they do with the money, we don't know. What they do with the money, we don't know. No factory. Coca-Cola left, Dunlop left Nigeria, Michelin left Nigeria because of light. Gabriel left Nigeria because of light. Nigeria never know the value of integrity. They don't know what they are. They are not informed. All the Tesla company all left, except the one of Atiku in the north. He wanted to take the monopoly of everything. The Lord asked Atiku to go to the farm and farm. He said he wanted to be president by force. Does he have the pre-knowledge for these things? All his factory and company is the port of Nigeria, or the port of Nigeria. Do you remember the issue of 42 briefcases when Atiku was in the airport? Do you remember how Babangida made love to the wife of Buhari? Because Buhari is a fool. Babangida is a fool. Obasanjo is a fool. The law will fool them. The law will what? Will fool them. When you look at Job 4, Job 8, he said these people are what? They are fools. Then when you look at 1 Timothy 4, 1 Timothy 5 and 6, all is there. So these are the things we have to think about. We are all what? We are all fools.
Jacob Zuma too?
He's a fool. He will go to jail.
Oh, you mean Jacob Zuma?
Oh, he will go to jail. They will try him. He will go to jail.
He's an African leader, sir.
No, he will go to forget about an African leader.
No, he's a great
forget about it. You know what happened in Kenya? Okay. They are not the election.
Yes.
And that cannot happen before for an incumbency. If Kukuben becomes a president, it happens. The masses' voice will prevail. The next election, 2019, you see how they will fool Obasanjo, they will fool Buhari, they will fool Tinubu. Because automatically, the topic for this morning that we are all fools. We don't have the pre-knowledge of what we are doing. We dabble into things. Somebody will travel to London, want to go to London. Somebody go to America, want to go to America. Somebody is selling Yamagari, I want to sell Yamagari. Is that your star? When you look at Jeremiah 6:16, he said, go and ask for the ancient way. When Abraham wanted to marry for his son, in Genesis 24, 1 to 10, he said, my God will follow you. Go to so place. And when you look at Ecclesiastes 3, 1 to 5, he said there's time for everything. So when you look at Proverbs 16, Proverbs 19 verse 23, and Proverbs 10, he said all things there. So my brother, if Nigeria wanted to land, we don't need to go to America to be rich. We don't need to go to Japan to be rich. People in Nigeria can change their money. Look at the most stupid thing to everybody who travel from abroad to Nigeria. It's only the Malam that will change the money for you. What's the qualification of the Malam? He did not go to school. He only live on the calculator. Look at the life of Igbo and the Yoruba. Foolish life. And when you go to the garden of Abu Salam and others northerners today, they stock dollar and pounds in their storage. In Mina and everywhere. It's only Yoruba that we go out to look for daily bread. It's only Igbo that we hustle. They see us to be a hustler. We have brain, we cannot use it well. So that's the problem we're facing. May the Lord see us through.
Amen.
All businessmen in Nigeria, they do their business with robbery.
And greed?
Greed and robbery. And avarice.
How do you mean, sir?
If you take your radio to Erodionix, the rice that day that the family are going to feed on is from that radio. If you buy a car for anybody to drive for you to the airport as a car hire, you'll be living on high blood pressure. Why that driver? We have 2 wives and 7 concubines. And if you send money from abroad for people to build for you, they will go after building that house, they will plan voodoo that you will not be able to come back to Nigeria again. That's what they are doing for them.
Hey, God.
Then when are we going to free?
Salary too.
And when they get to abroad too, they said there's no amount of rainfall on the leopard. Nigeria never changed. When you see Igbo in New York, he behaves like an Igbo. When you see a Yoruba in Philadelphia, he behaves like a Yoruba person. And when you get to Germany, the same thing. They were busy looking for second-hand things that they can sell to Nigeria, that they can bring to Nigeria. No Nigerian, hardly can you say a Nigerian, Igbo, Yoruba, and from all this area that will live in Germany, that will think of buying a new television. They will be looking for fairly used one. Because we are badly programmed. We are badly programmed. They were looking, is Nigerian, go to jail in America, high rate. When you get there, you just say, Benga, Toluloba, you just see everybody, sir, maybe they are all Yoruba people. Because they cannot work with their hands. You know, in a brain fear, that the last one they did in Berlin,
yes, sir.
They sold the brain of a Chinese man for $10,000. They sold the brain of a British man for $15,000. They sold the brain of an American for $20,000. They were grumbling. They were what? They were grumbling. Then when they brought out the brain of a Nigerian, the giant of Africa, the man raised up his hand. He said, I'm going to buy it for $1 billion.
Why, sir?
Everybody was just, well, why? They said, why are you saying why? He said they've only used their brain for 4 things. That brain is still very fresh. It has not been tampered with. They only use it to womanize and marry their brother's wife after death. 1. Then 2, to steal from their brothers and live abroad. Then to do party every weekend. But they have never invented a car. Ajakuta is not working. The bitumen is not working. No road fix. No NEPA fix. Nothing fix. Okay. So we'll go there and help them to fix all this. So I know what I paid. And I know how to make my money back. So they sold the brain of Nigeria. Because the brain of Babangida was to... the brain of Buhari was to help the Northerners. If you are not Muslim, you are not my friend. He's not bothered about religion. He's bothered about religion. And when in the life of Babangida, he's still the same thing. He's not bothered about what? Relation. He's bothered about religion. When you look at the life of Gowan, quite different. He's worried about relationship. You know Dimka, his in-law, killed Moritala and sent for him in Britain to come in war college, where he was in UK. He used our money to go and study again. He believed education is okay. How many outside rulers have traveled to abroad to go and rule? No, they only bought the certificate in Ahmadu Bello University and become a professor so that they can fit that position. Look at the minister, the man that is leading the agricultural bank now. He cannot speak a fluent English at all. They all study Arabic. They all study what?
Arabic.
So that's the problem. That's the problem, my brother. So every Nigerians are thief. The KBSO, the Onio, the Awujale, the everybody. You know Awujale cannot allow them to have a pipe-borne water in the body because of his tank, his tankers that he's using to sell water. This is a king. And all the king under him, he did not want them to be graded over because he wanted to be taking the money to his pockets. So, but he called himself the best king around the area now. And when you look at the other king that has 7 wives or 6 wives, he went to London, in Trafalgar Square, to be taking picture. A whole Oba of what's the name of this Oba? 5 years ago. I laugh you for you.
He's a great Oba, sir. He's a great. Right?
No, he has no brain.
He's a great Oba.
He was formerly on Monile. He was a land speculator.
Very handsome, sir.
Forget about his handsomeness. Even Solomon was handsome, but he died in the hand of what? In the shrine of the idol worshipper. So that's a problem, sir. That's a problem, sir. All Nigerians are what? We should change. We don't have pre-knowledge of what we are doing. Pastors, everybody. Look at Oyedepo. When Oyedepo got married in Kaduna, he cannot feed his wife. He kept him with his in-law. But when you get all these taboo things he used now, he's everywhere. He narrowly, the Lord has given me a last warning in the month of October. Because I told you that man will not have a grave. He cannot have a grave. With all what he has did. All government money is in his account. And even though when they wanted to buy position, during Good Luck regime, he wanted to buy the IG for one of his church members. He wanted to donate the money to make money. They trade with people's money. They are going home with Jim. All those people that contributed the money are trekking on foot. My brother, this is too barbaric. This is too what? Too bad. Too bad.